CoffeeZilla's new video on Tate's scam. What? I didn't see CoffeeZilla posted a new video. Oh, 4 hours ago. Oh, this is bold. Shaking the hornet's nest of the Tate enthusiasts, of the top G's. He's got a death wish. Yeah, we can check it out.
Today, I'm getting a PhD from Hustler University, also known as Hustlerversity by those of us with the grind set. It was created by this guy.
I'm top G. You think you're smart? I bought this coin and it's going up. You could have bought any coin and it went up in the last year. The Matrix was broken. Hustler University is the greatest thing.
Ooh, I've actually heard that a lot. The Matrix is what does that mean? I've seen like a lot of YouTubers say that recently. What does that mean? Like, that's ravings of lunacy that I would have heard back in the day. But now a lot of people are saying it unironically. I don't know what it means. The video goes into the Matrix being broken? Oh, okay. I might be getting ahead of myself then.
That exists on the face of the planet for people who are trying to escape the Matrix. Become Hustlers University. Welcome to the metaverse. Inject it into your brain. You can skip university, you can buy my program, and I guarantee you will know everything you need to know. Have you ever seen a college professor with an X53 and a McLaren and a Lambo and an Aston Martin standing next to a Porsche? No, you've never seen any of this. I know how to make cash.
Now, if you're wondering why I'm enrolling in a college that looks like it was started by the son of Mr. Worldwide, it's actually quite simple. Hustleversity was started by Andrew Tate.
It still blows my mind that this became a real thing. I remember, and I think we did it on stream, when we were going through the alpha male rabbit hole, I remember we watched Hustler University's promotional piece, and all of us were making fun of it. And now people unironically enrolled and bought into it, drank the Kool-Aid. It's crazy that it actually popped off. That is the power of marketing on TikTok. If you just put enough money into TikTokers, people will always buy it. It blows my mind. Their promotional piece for Hustlers University is still like one of the goofiest ads I think we saw for all the alpha male shit. So if you have like a startup business or something, invest in TikTokers. And put that money, like that marketing budget, into TikTok. 100%.
And I guess the real question is, how did this happen and why? Well, Andrew attributes his meteoric success to a change in business strategy.
I put together a particular strategy about 6 months ago because I decided to step up my overall exposure because of a new product I launched. I run an online school that teaches people how to make money online. Mm-hmm. I changed my approach towards social media, and I ended up absolutely everywhere.
Now, if you're wondering what business strategy that is, or the program he runs is called Hustleversity, where he teaches you how to make fast money if you'll only pay $50 a month. And one of these fast money methods turns out to be selling Hustleversity to new people by posting clips of him, Andrew Tate. And
it's so smart. The cope on Twitter I see all the time about how it's not an MLM blows my mind. This is literally it works. It's pyramid. It is actually it works. But you can't say that when talking about Andrew Tate for some reason. They really take great offense to it. There's no shame in it. You know how many people, buy into it works? And the essential oils and what are they called, the fat tapes or something, where you're supposed to like wrap tape around your body or something. I forgot what the other big pyramid was. Herbalife, another one. I don't know why they won't just be like, yeah, I bought into an MLM. Like, just own it. Like, I mean, just fucking own it. You're basically promoting him now, I guess. And that's the problem with Andrew Tate. No matter what you say or what you do, people are going to believe it and get into it every single time. But this is just too interesting not to. I haven't actually seen someone dive deep into Hustlers University past just making fun of it. CoffeeZilla dissects things that he talks about really well. So I'm super curious to see everything that he learned. So yeah, on this one, I'm just going to accept that there's going to be a few people in chat that for some reason buy into Hustlers University. It is what it is, man. I really want to see the analysis from CoffeeZilla on this.
Andrew Tate is the one true savior that will save you from poverty. He's basically Morpheus from the Matrix, and that's not even me calling him that. He calls himself that.
I get called Morpheus a lot. We are living inside of the Matrix, and I am Morpheus.
He says he wants to wake you from your mental prisons, all by selling you a program that sounds like what high school dropouts used to put as their education status on Facebook. Attended the School of Hard Knocks and graduated Hustleversity with a PhD. Wait, you're a doctor? No, that's the pimping hose degree, which is something, by the way, I didn't make up. It's a course that Andrew Tate himself sells. but I don't think you want to take advice from someone who's in the middle of a human investigation.
Hey,
and that's not even
hey.
to mention accusations of beating women. Or him allegedly
those accusations could happen to anyone.
Was, quote, Andrew does have one undeniable skill that seems to be responsible for most or all of his success so far. He's just really entertaining.
I hate everyone equally.
I've said that since the get-go. He is the most entertaining clown you can find in the alpha male space. And that's why it's probably worked so well. Between TikTok promotion, the MLM stuff, and just him being so enjoyable to laugh at, it's popped him off. Wild. You think the guys paying for this think it's a joke? I think there's a good balance of people who pay for it, like ironically, like, haha, I'm part of Hustlers University, and people who actually believe it. And I think the believers probably outweigh the former, which is sad, but it is what it is. It's the same for every other alpha male we ever looked at. You remember the guy who's a self-admitted cuck? Oh, fuck. It's only been a couple months. It's the big guy. He sells the course on, like, so your wife doesn't want to fuck you? That's okay. No, I'm talking about alpha males, bro. Is it Jack Murphy? It might be Jack Murphy. Oh, yeah, Jack Murphy, right? This he's literally a cuck. But he's also an alpha male. So he's teaching you how to be an alpha male while also being a cuck. It's this guy, right? A lot of these guys kind of all look the same, like bald and a beard. Is it this guy?
Don't come at me and call me sexist or racist or any of these things. I hate everyone. I don't care if you're black, white, straight, gay, man, and woman. I hate you anyway. Do know how to administer CPR. However, I will not administer CPR unless you're a hot female. If you're some fat dude and you just had a heart attack and I don't really know you.
Is that lady billing you and you back and rearrange your bones? Why is it being massaging for 4 hours straight, bro?
I have a lot of muscle. It's painful to carry around. It's a 2-hour massage.
People are starting to realize that the only real currency is attention.
Clout.
Like, the worst thing that's going to happen to you is not that you go to jail. The worst thing that's going to happen to you is you become irrelevant.
Yep.
And this is what separates Andrew Tate from a lot of the fake gurus I've covered in the past. Jones and Tate operate sort of on this playbook where entertainment is king. They say a bunch of outlandish statements that builds attention, and then once they're the crazy guy, all they have to do is say a few basic things that everyone agrees with, and then their audience suddenly thinks they're a genius. I mean, everyone...
That works for everything, by the way, not just people. This is the same thing with QAnon. Like, QAnon has the wildest shit, like believing JFK Jr. got revived and is still any day now gonna cruise around some random corner in fucking Washington and announce his presidency. The reason they have so many people is, well, I guess the big reason is everyone wants to believe something that makes them feel special. But another thing is they also then put in some things that are true. Like, there's a lot of pedophiles in Hollywood. It's like, oh, well, it turns out there are a lot of pedophiles in Hollywood. I guess QAnon's right about everything else. It just becomes like a gateway. So you sprinkle in like little truths for the lunacy, and then you get people to buy into it. So it's not. It works for more than just like individuals. Everyone knows who Q is, right? Fuck man, I've heard so many different reports on who Q is. I couldn't tell you. Is it one of like the Clintons or something? I don't remember. There's so many theories on who Q is. It could be fucking anyone.
I think that's what makes society function. I think that's what makes the world function. I think that men and women falling in love and having children and having families are very, very beautiful things.
Well, who doesn't agree with that? And he'll talk to like men's issues. He'll talk about how lonely men are.
Yeah, sad
Most men are absolutely and utterly invisible.
But I was just about to fucking say that. I paused too late. Yeah, the whole most men not being invisible, you're not invisible, men feel invisible, this and that. That's everywhere. That's a really big platform for alpha males right now. I see that shit all the time. I think, what channel was it? Is it Sneeko? Sneeko's been big on like, all men feel invisible now. Like that shit is all over the place. So like all of them kind of regurgitate the same points because it's really effective.
This is the truth about masculinity, right? It's very easy for women to sit here and complain about the top 2% of men because I dealt with this guy, he's arrogant, blah, 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 blah. Most men don't even f***ing exist. They send 10,000 DMs and never even get read, let alone replied to.
And so this makes it so that the many people who are trying to say, Andrew's just crazy, they don't see the full con that he's running because the crazy is only half of the game. Because eventually people hear the other half, the basic stuff that's obvious, and go, well, he's
that's
not
just tough
totally
love.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And people just eventually kind of go down the Tate rabbit hole where they think, maybe I can leave the Matrix and get girls, jets, and Bugattis. Maybe I just need to become financially free. How do I do it? Who's looking out?
Hustler University.
That's where Hustleversity enters the picture. So we can see why Hustleversity is on the one hand so popular, despite being so bad. Because otherwise, this whole video is anticlimactic and confusing. Because when I first joined Hustleversity, I thought it's got to be different, right? To have this many people paying every month.
Yeah, it's marketing. He did a good job of it.
They have things that you just can't learn for free, right? Wrong. Once again, I'm disappointed. He assigns a so-called professor to each skill, and all of this takes place inside of Discord servers. And
Wait,
so
what?
in these chat rooms where your instructors have a fraction of the charisma.
You're paying $50 a month for a fucking Discord. No. I had no idea. I thought it was going to be like actual courses, like a masterclass or something. Even Ninja put more effort into his fucking tutorials. You're paying $50 a month for a Discord. Holy shit, that's worse than being a Discord mod. That's literally being you are paying to be an actual like shit stain on a piece of toilet paper. Oh my god. That's a lot worse than I thought. $50 a month for a Discord channel. That is pay piggy stuff. That is like actual pay piggy stuff. At the very least, you should at least hold Tate to a higher standard. Like, hey man, instead of just a Discord server, why can't we have like, a more professional curriculum like everywhere else?
Tate.
Well, there's a difference between being desperate and being manipulated. Well, oh no, there's absolutely not. He's manipulating desperate guys. There's different tiers of desperation. There's self-aware desperate people and people who get brainwashed because they're desperate, I would say. Like, you have to be on a different wavelength to fall for a $50 Discord. Well, $50 a month Discord. Like, not every desperate guy is going to be, scratching at the neck to be part of the Hustler University Discord.
I mean, think about it. You've been told you're going to escape the Matrix. You're going to take the red pill.
And then you go to
End up
Discord.
doing in this course is sort of learning how to run an Amazon side hustle for Jeff Bezos. Like, no offense, you're not breaking the Matrix. You work for the richest guy in the world. Like, imagine Morpheus gives Neo the red pill and says, hey, have you ever day traded before? It doesn't stop there either. Like they have this cash quadrant of time and cash where you're either time poor or cash poor, time rich, cash poor, cash rich, time poor. You get the idea. And what they define cash rich as is very telling. They define it as having $5,000, which by that definition, guys,
what?
I'm proud to say I'm cash rich. Now, guys.
Wait, like in total? That is so different from the pitch. I imagine most dudes who buy into this have to have $5,000 total. It's $50 a month. That is such an expensive item. This makes no sense.
The lifestyle we've been sold on here is exotic Bugattis, not extra Starbucks biscottis. I mean, am I crazy here? Like, I feel like most people who joined this Discord
That's what I
want
just said.
Olive Lamborghinis, and they're sort of getting Olive Garden fettuccine.
Hustle University is the greatest thing that exists.
That's a good point. I didn't think of that. It's low because he wants people to feel like alphas. That's a really good point. I suppose that's probably like the play. Maybe you get someone who's a little skeptical, like, I'll do $50 one month and I'll probably cancel, but they join and they're like, oh, I have $5,000. Okay, so I'm cash rich and I'm surrounded by a supportive community. Okay, well, now I feel like I'm part of the crew, part of the ship. So then they stay. Maybe that could be the play, I guess. So then they're not even there for the information. They're there more for the community and the feeling, which is even sadder, to be honest. Yeah, because you can get that same feeling for free. Like, there's always going to be a community of people just like you. Like, you're not special. Whatever your interests are, you're going to find a million people with those interests, and you guys can be friends. Like, and it's free. You just have to find them. You don't have to pay $50 a month for friends. At that point, join a frat.
Unless you consider being cash rich, having $5,000 total in your bank account, then this course doesn't seem to be getting people rich. It just teaches lost guys extremely basic skills that are free to learn, but charges them $50 a month for it so they can feel like they're escaping the Matrix by working for Jeff Bezos. You barely see Tate at all. He claims to be teaching the secrets to modern wealth creation, but the reality is, from what I saw, he was too busy marketing to actually be present in the Discord.
Yeah, I mean,
Instead,
obviously.
You just had all these random people teaching you like e-commerce or freelancing or copywriting and investing. And that's why I decided to finally cancel my plans to become cash rich. And that's when I found out about the last trick Tate uses to get you to stay.
Anyone who messes this up, annoys a professor, doesn't renew their subscription, their card cancels, anything stupid, then you're going to regret it for a very long time because there's simply nowhere else to go.
That's right. They tell you there's nowhere else to go besides Hustlers University. This is the only place
what a shame.
where you're going to learn not to be broke.
I had to unsubscribe to get my mother a birthday present, but I resubscribed the next month. I don't believe that. I don't believe you. And I also think if you were a member of Hustlers University for a month and you didn't make enough money to buy your mother a birthday present, you f***ed up. So you're probably going to end up kicked out.
Like their two responses are, that's not true.
Okay.
And even if it is, it's your fault anyway.
Who is this guy? I've seen him in a few clips now. All he usually does is put Tate's meat in his mouth. Who is he? Is he like one of the gurus? He teaches you on like cock sucking technique or something for like behind the dumpster transactions? Who is he? It's his brother? Oh, that makes a lot of sense. That makes so much more sense now. Okay, that makes so much sense. This guy only parrots what Tate says, well, like Andrew says, or reinforces it, or says outlandishly stupid shit.
And you have to understand that for the people actually in the course, they're like deathly afraid of missing a payment because they've been told that if they do, guess where they're going? That's right, straight back in the Matrix. In jail, they call it.
We don't kick you out. We put you in the jail and you sit there in your cell and you have no access to the money-making information and we just flood you with all the endless wins. Every time someone wins, we show.
I mean, Andrew Tate hasn't reinvented anything.
$400 a month?
Doing it more sick, but the result is the same as ever, where the real person getting rich, truly rich, is Andrew Tate.
You're broke! You're f***ing poor!
Nice. That was pretty insightful. I can't believe it's $50 a month for a Discord server. I don't know why anyone's surprised. I don't know why CoffeeZilla is surprised Andrew Tate was never there. He openly hates the people that buy his program. He literally insults you. It's like a humiliation kink. He openly insults you. It's not tough love. He just actually doesn't like you. You are his pay pig. It's a far cry from tough love. He'll sprinkle in like a couple truths here, like men feel invisible. It's not good to feel invisible. You need to feel better. You can feel better by taking care of yourself first and foremost. It's like, it's kind of true. And it's like $50 a month. And I'll show you how to do some drop shipping, I guess. Oh yeah, I know, the 110,000 students, it's big. No, it's fucking big. Andrew Tate makes $66 million a year from this shit if everyone pays $50 a month. Yeah, no, it's a super successful hustle. He did what all the other alpha males did, but did it smarter by being like a punching bag. Like, obviously he's in on the joke. He knows he says the most outlandish shit, like CoffeeZilla mentions, and then sprinkles in enough truth where people hear about him for being insane. Then they'll hear some truth and be like, maybe I'm going to check that out. And then they buy into $50 a month. Huge profit. And since you're only paying $50 for a Discord server, it's pure profit. He has no overhead. Maybe he has to pay a couple of the gurus that he got from Fiverr, but that's so negligible. It is straight profit. And there's the MLM component where you get rewarded for recruiting people to Hustlers University. This is an absolute money printing farm on the back of some real desperate sad dudes. And they are brainwashing themselves on Twitter with the most cope I've ever seen. It's fucking genius. It's super smart. He did it exactly how you would, or how you should, if you're trying to make a ton of money with no morals. I'll give you some free advice. Don't get your, life experience online. Don't get your social skills through tutorials on YouTube. Don't make your identity something online, like your whole personality. The internet's a great resource for information, but you should never base your personality on what people tell you to do. That's the mistake I made in college. When I went in college in my freshman year, I got all of my social advice from Reddit. And you know what happened in my freshman year of college? My dress wasn't the biggest problem, but it was pretty bad. I dressed like a fucking anime character, and I acted like a mysterious anime character. I didn't talk to anyone because I was convinced that being mysterious and not being super open was a cool thing. But instead I scared everyone away from me. I was completely lonely and fucking miserable. There are just things you can't be taught by people online or communities online. I don't even remember what came over me, but going into my sophomore year, I recognized how miserable I was, and I was like, something's got to change. I mean, something's got to give here. So going into my sophomore year of college, I signed up to room with random people. I was like, I need to be on campus. I need to be around social people. I need to experience life from outside of the computer and what they tell me. So I got random roommates, and they turned out to be the popular kids around campus for the most part. So they took me under their wing. I was their clay, and they were the sculptor. I learned all of my social skills through them like a sponge. Welcome to another exciting episode of Charlie Looks at Shitty YouTube Content. Let's go ahead and dive right back into our favorite dirty toilet bowl, Fortnite. Ever since I made the Fortnite video a couple weeks back about shitty Fortnite content, I've been inundated with emails, just fucking ass blasted with emails, asking me, do you know about Allie? What's up with Allie? What the fuck is this guy's deal? This is awful, look at this shit. So I looked into this Allie character, and in a nutshell, Allie is what it looks like when you sell your soul to make money. He's YouTube's premier clickbaiter for children. He'll play whatever game's just really popping off, just whatever game's banging and slapping and making their parents' wallets cry that has the largest audience of children. Right now that's Fortnite, so he'll hop on Fortnite and clickbait the shit out of all of his videos. Misleading title, Photoshop misleading thumbnail that checks every box in the checklist for internet douchebaggery, where it's a red arrow pointing at some shit with a wacky facial expression. And then that's about all of the content is, because it's not entertaining. There's no entertainment to be derived from one of his videos if you're above the age of 8 or 9. It's incredibly uninteresting. If he's playing a game, it boils down to him just saying exactly what's happening on the screen with no jokes at all. Oh, I'm building a wall right now. Oh, my wall is getting shot at by that man's counter gun. The bullets are coming at me, and I don't have a chance to shoot those bullets at him. I'm going to build another wall here. I'm now building another wall. This wall's going up real good. If he's watching a trailer and shitting his pants about it, it's always just saying what's happening in the trailer. Whoa, that's a gun in his hand. Guns usually shoot bullets. If I had a gun that shot bullets and I'm playing a video game, I'm going to be aiming those bullets at another player. I wonder if this game will let me shoot bullets at another player. Remember to smash that like button, Allie Army. And that's pretty much his content in a nutshell. And that's fine, because there's thousands of popular limp dicks on YouTube doing that same shit right now. I think it's kind of bad because you're deceiving people into watching your overly long shit video, but it's common practice on YouTube. You can't really be mad about that. And he knows his audience is children. Like, here's a clip of him being self-aware.
Heavy shotgun. Whoa! I am so weak. I am so weak. Keep on shooting the wall. It's the wrong one. I am behind it. 5 kills, so if we can get this, we'll be at 6.
I'm at 5 kills. If I get this, I'll be at 6. You can't dispute that arithmetic right there. He even takes a moment to teach his audience what number comes after 5, so you can clearly see he has a firm grasp on what age group his audience is in, where they're still learning this mathematics. Ultimately, though, all of this is harmless. It's just clickbait shit, and that's very common here. The only victim from these videos are the time wasted from the audience, and a lot of the times in the comment section you'll see kids that are distraught about it. They're upset. Oh, that's the video title's totally wrong. That didn't even happen. Why did you lie to us, Allie? Mom and Dad said if you lie, you go to hell. You should take down this video before the Lord condemns you to hell. It's shit like that, but like I said, ultimately harmless. The issue I draw with this guy is he runs these fake giveaway scams where he'll, make people believe that they're going to win something cool from them if they smash the like button, fucking annihilate the like button, subscribe, ring the bell, and write his name on their toy box out of blood. Then he'll choose someone randomly from the comments section to give away this cool shit to, and then you'll see 200,000 comments like on this video here. It's fucking absurd to me that you would think you'd actually win something from him. Now, I've done a lot of research, and I haven't found a single winner for any of his giveaways he has ever done on any of his channels. I haven't seen a single winner, and I've been sent a lot of proof in emails that they didn't win anything. I'm gonna put proof in these air quotes because it's just unreliable proof. It's, oh, I was at a bar and I heard Allie talking to some girl saying, oh, he scams kids all the time and doesn't give shit away, but he was offering V-Bucks to her. And then other emails like, oh, I saw Allie sitting on a bench next to 2 trees that looked suspicious, and here's an email address that I think belongs to him, maybe on AOL. Useless proof, really, but enough to get me wondering if anyone actually does win the giveaways. And I've seen a lot of people saying that no one wins, that it is just a giant scam. And I can kind of vouch for that because I haven't seen a single winner. He's never announced a winner that I've seen. I haven't seen anyone say they won anything from him, when you would think huge fans of Ali that won something from him would be bragging about it or going nuts on social media, but there's not a fucking thing about it. So I do believe that the giveaways are big fucking scams, but if I'm wrong, please speak up, Ali A enthusiasts who have actually won something from his shit-ass giveaways. I would love to see that he's not actually just blatantly scamming children. And this would be kind of a big issue if he was, because a lot of the giveaways he does are sponsored by the people, by the companies, to give that shit away. So if you're just hoarding it and then selling it on the side, I don't think they'd be too pleased about that. One thing I also don't think anyone will be pleased with is his actual content. So here's his channel. I don't need to say a whole lot about it. Just read some of this shit. All of these thumbnails are photoshopped, and he didn't even take the time out of his day to make different thumbnails each time with a different expression. He just keeps reusing the same expressions. You'll see he just repeats them over and over again ad nauseum, and it's just disgusting to even look at. This is exactly what's wrong with YouTube, in my opinion. It's so easy to game the algorithm so that way these videos are always showing up when you're looking for Fortnite 100%, and kids are always going to have their curiosities piqued by these attention-grabbing titles and thumbnails that aren't real. It's blatantly lying about the content of the video. The videos themselves are him just holding his soft cock in his hand for 25 minutes, saying nothing interesting or fun at all. And it's not just the lack of entertainment, the video titles often don't even happen in the video. For instance, when he does like a superhero challenge, like the Superman challenge, and he has a picture of a Superman Fortnite skin, kids are going to think, holy shit, that's a Superman Fortnite skin, let's click on that video. But it's not, it's just him pretending to be Superman, kind of. And then if he has a video about, oh, look, we're going to surf on the meteor, how to control the meteor to win, or how to never lose a game using this one simple tactic, the video doesn't do that. It doesn't teach you those things, and that doesn't happen in the video. It's a blatant lie. Now, when you do make the mistake of clicking on one of his videos, and if the Lord is really not happy with you today and your ad blocker crashes, you get at least five mid-roll advertisements here, and he places them so strategically to nickel and dime the absolute most he can out of the system. He puts 3 in the beginning because that's when viewer retention is the highest. Throughout the middle, there's none, and then towards the end, he puts 2 more. It's smart if you're a greedy asshole who's sold his soul to make money, but you're a big piece of shit for doing this. I really just don't have a whole lot more to say about this guy. His content makes me want to puke out of my asshole. It's just awful to watch. But what makes it even worse is that it does seem like he's scamming the kids that watch. And he's just getting all of these extra likes and comments and shit by pretending to give away things. So he's cheating, in essence. YouTube really needs a rule where if you're going to do a giveaway, you need to have a follow-up where you show who won. And that needs to be a rule, because this isn't the only guy doing fake giveaways. There's a lot that do this shit. But his is pretty fucking bad, and his content is even worse. That's really about it. Fortnite is absolutely bringing out the worst in internet douchebags, and this is just further proof. But yeah, see ya. Yeah, I'm talking about scams again. I don't know what to tell you. Every single minute there's another scam born, and every 5 minutes there's another victim of a scam being taken advantage of. It is unreal, the current landscape of the internet with how rampant scams are. It's crazy. There are more active scammers on this planet than there are ants. It's just vile. Nowhere and no one is safe. I'm gonna make up a statistic real quick, and I want it to be an alarming one just to illustrate the intensity of the situation. 1 out of every 2 people in this world is either a scammer or a victim. So, sleep in fear. Now today I'm going to be going over a scammer that I'm pretty confident most of you haven't heard of. I only recently learned about them thanks to a YouTuber named Maddie Balls, who made a great video exposing the whole situation and going over it thoroughly. So the link to the full video, of course, is going to be in the description of this one. I'm just going to show some of the clips and go over like the general broad strokes of what the scam is. It's a pretty interesting one, albeit nothing unique about it. But what I find interesting is their commitment to the facade. So the scammer is named Carter Jameson, and he's built his career, well, career is a term I'm using super loosely because it's an illusion of a career. Carter Jameson is an Instagram influencer, which again is a term that has no meaning at all. That is the biggest nothing fucking sandwich of a term. But he has 1 million followers on Instagram, almost all of which are botted by the way. And he sells courses, which are like media packages in order to get you clout. The man is a literal clout vendor. He's an exposure goblin, and you pay him thousands of dollars for these packages to hopefully blow up your brand or increase your online presence. That's his whole hustle. He's a guru scammer. There's nothing unique there whatsoever. But what's impressive about Carter Jamieson is his tenacity and persistence to prey on gullible kids and desperate adults. He seems to have been a born slimy weasel of a person because he's been scamming for quite some time now, and he's only 19 years old. This is a young man. He's like fresh out of high school and already a notorious scammer. In fact, he was one of the puppet masters behind Lana Rhoades' NFT scam from like 8 or 9 months ago, which I know a lot of you are probably familiar with because that was a huge scam. He was one of the people behind it that made off with $1.5 million in that rug pull. This was his first major scam, and I guess he must have really enjoyed the taste of shit in his mouth because he just continues to scam from here. It's only escalated. So not only does he do the press package shit where he like sells these $1,000 packages of like articles or whatever, he also does these very shady giveaways where I'm not entirely convinced people actually get the items they're supposed to receive from the giveaways. But even still, giveaways in and of themselves and the way that Carter Jamieson does them are always sketchy because he's hiring rappers and pretending to be friends with them in order to promote the giveaway. So that way people start following the account and, you know, signing up, whatever, all that, under the idea that they're going to get this item, and also under the idea that the rapper that is there is a big supporter, so it must be legitimate, even though that's not exactly telling the whole story. Carter Jamieson also has 2 other NFT scams that he has run since the Lana Rhoades one, so he's just been on this upward trajectory of thousands upon thousands of scams that he just keeps fucking spearheading. And like I said, he's only 19. I have to imagine he started doing this as a child, like an actual toddler. Like he probably opened a lemonade stand when he was 8 years old, but didn't actually sell lemonade. He sold water with like a hint of lemon in it because he wanted to save money on the lemons. So he just sold people the idea of lemonade. Like, I guarantee this guy's been scamming for a long time. Like, probably took notes out of Ed, Ed and Eddie when they were scamming for Jawbreakers. He probably was scamming around his middle school for, you know, $15, $20 off like a homework racket or something. Like, this kid seems to just thrive off taking advantage of people and lying. His whole personality is fake. So I'm going to go ahead and play clips from the video so that we can get a deeper understanding of exactly how all of it works. But this one is a pretty sad one. Like, he's 19 years old and he's already a piece of shit. Carter Jamieson. I'm unfamiliar with that name.
Carter Jamieson is someone who's been seen with Chief Keef, Kodak Black, Lil Durk, Bobby Shmurda, Summer Rae, Lil Yachty, Steve Will Do It, Cole Bennett, and many other celebrities. But how...
I'm going to just take a guess. Knowing nothing about this, he paid to take all of those pictures with those celebrities. He's a trust fund kid with a lot of access to money. So he puts on a front that he's actually a popular guy, like friends with all these rappers, and he uses it to try and promote. I'm just going to do crypto. I think crypto's easiest. Lock it in.
The digital marketing company Gateway Agency. But I think he's a liar. So to understand how this guy has made
Called
millions
out,
from
Jesus.
lying, misleading, and scamming, we have to dig a little bit deeper. Recently
Oh, actually, damn, fuck. I'm starting to change my mind. Maybe it's not crypto. Maybe he sells like courses. Maybe he's one of those gurus, like get rich quick guru kind of shit. Because he's a 19-year-old entrepreneur, owner of Gateway Agency or some shit. Whatever other imaginary made-up garbage he comes up with. I'll stick it out on crypto. I won't backpedal.
getting a ton. Is he really even a scammer? Well,
I'm gonna go ahead and take a stab at it. He does not have all of these followers legitimately, 100% botted to a certain level. A lot of people on Instagram do that. How does this kid know all these people? He doesn't. He pays to be near them. And who is he? Just a kid with a lucky spawn, born to a wealthy family.
so Carter Jamieson is another one of those social media gurus you see online, but instead of selling you a course, he's selling you popularity. You might notice he has decent engagement and relationships with one who promises to scale your digital footprint to the...
My second guess was the right one. Son of a bitch. Yeah, maybe crypto's too outdated now. Everyone just immediately conflates anything meta, Web3, whatever with a scam. Rightfully so, by the way. Like, yeah, if he's a modern scammer, he would have had to adapt into the guru space, which is now the moneymaker.
Actually proves his guiltiness. Botted engagement. Before his engagement
Sounds
increased
about
100
right.
times because of Juice WRLD
That's
fans
Instagram.
hate bombing him, he could be seen botting his account, as you can see from all these fake comments. And if that isn't proof enough,
No,
here's a
this is
picture of
really
him testing
fire.
out botted engagement
Shit's
on one of
flames.
his Twitter accounts. And here on his YouTube channel, you can see over 1,000 botted comments on one of his YouTube shorts that only has 600 likes. So it's
Huge.
safe to assume that he's botting likes and possibly followers.
They're
too.
just very
Then there's
passionate,
his
and they
press.
forgot to
When I
like.
first saw on his website that he had a ton of articles and content, and another even says this story is paid for by an advertiser. Members
I actually had no idea that that shit was there. Obviously, a lot of journalism is paid content. Like, I mean, is what it is. I didn't know that they actually disclosed it in those cases. I thought they still kind of kept that under wraps. But I guess they also got hit by some new guidelines or something, or maybe I've just been oblivious to those notices.
someone with a lot of followers, we tend to think they're legitimate.
The deception exists because the large follower numbers trick our brains into giving out credibility naturally from the social proof. More followers means more credibility, right?
But I don't think Carter's...
Maybe I'm being baselessly optimistic, but I feel like that perception's starting to waver a bit. It used to be bigger number, trustworthy person. That used to be the rule, but I think with crypto and everything, it's kind of shaken everyone's faith in that concept. So I'm hoping that's changing, because it feels like it kind of is, slowly but surely. But maybe I'm just wrong in wanting to believe. I like how the YouTuber is basically milking this guy's downfall for views and content. Why does everyone have to have like some kind of weird contrarian perspective on everything? This guy even said at the beginning, like, he was a very generous guy about this whole thing. He's just telling the story, and that's exactly what he's doing. He's just telling the story about this guy's hustle, which is a scam. It's so weird. What goes on in your mind to want to immediately take some kind of weird combative stance on someone just literally exposing a scammer? I don't get it. I actually don't understand it. It's just too easy to agree, so someone has to disagree even if they don't believe. I suppose, but I'm not here to be an armchair psychologist. I really just don't get it.
He uses a method called loop giveaways where he partners with popular people to give away items. Carter and probably others will spam DM people with details about the giveaway campaign. They show the estimated growth and how much it'll cost to buy into it, and the reason that account will be following all the investors. So in return for their money, they will be receiving thousands of real followers. So when he gets that investor money, he buys the items for the giveaways, flies out to meet the influencer or the rapper, takes some pictures with them to make his Instagram look better, takes pictures for the giveaway, pays the influencer, and keeps a ridiculous amount of money for doing little to nothing. It really is an infinite money glitch. And the giveaways themselves aren't necessarily scams. They're not against Instagram.
It's like a social media STD.
And I think he actually does give away the items. He might not, I'm not sure. I have seen people say they haven't gotten their stuff. That might not be true. But we have, and his business offers a variety of other overpriced services. For example, you can buy different press packages that offer articles and other sorts of
For the low cost of $8,000, you can get the musician package, which is a 15 article package. Oh, whoa, and I missed the... Oh, that's the low end. What the fuck? The $20,000 value is so much better. It even has the word cheaper. It's the market domination press package, which is 20 mid-tier press package. How are you supposed to gain clout without spending 20 grand on this package? Holy shit, wait, all the answers are right here. This is the key to success. He's giving away the keys to the kingdom, holy fuck. And for the low cost of 20 grand?
Press, like this Google Knowledge Panel package, which costs $6,500 when you can do it for free yourself. Then in the description, he has the nerve to say, you must have 20 other notable articles.
Yeah.
He sells ad management, verification, websites, billboard advertisements, and more. And I'm going to take a random shot.
Why? Who is dumb enough to pay for a fucking billboard advertisement? Who in their right fucking mind is like, oh my god, the billboard package. I need it. I'm gonna blow up with a good billboard. I don't think a single human being of the last 10 years has looked at a billboard and actually signed up or even visited what it was advertising.
especially because apparently they only accept payments through Cash App, which is very sketchy. And I guess he also used to sell paid shoutouts on his Instagram and then just delete them right away after you paid for it, which probably didn't really make a difference because most of his Instagram followers are either inactive or fake. And if none of this, the reason that I believe he is scamming when it comes to the giveaways and the influencer marketing is because he's been caught scamming before. Before Carter brought his scams to the rap community, he was exposed for being one of the masterminds behind Lana Rhoades, CryptoSys, NFT rug pull, where her, Carter, and some others made off with $1.5 million in Ethereum.
It's crazy. Somehow, anytime there's a scam, it's like this interconnected web. Like, all of the scammers that currently exist have always existed, and they've been part of all the other scams we've followed. What a throwback. What another reoccurring character. Another season that they're making an appearance in, another cameo.
There were 6,069 awful looking NFTs that were being marketed as an investment, and investors were promised that this was a long...
Unlike other pump and dump projects, we don't just plan on stopping after minting, so we actually have to be able to fund all that stuff.
They were hyping it up so much to the point where multiple people even got tattoos of the NFT and they were reposting it. Personally, I can't imagine knowingly scamming people, watching them get tattoos of the NFT and reposting it. So they...
I'll tell you one thing, I can absolutely imagine that. If you're one of those absolute bumbling idiots that buys into CryptoSys and you feel so strongly about it, you get a tattoo on your fucking thigh of the CryptoSys logo, you deserve to be laughed at. The scammer at that point, I'm on the scammer side. Laughing at you is like the least they can do. You've earned that shit. That's a fat fucking L. My God. Everything else I disagree with the scammer on, but laughing at people that do that, I actually completely agree.
$1.6 million was drained out of this mint for the NFTs one day after they sold the collection.
The reason that they did this is because apparently Lana's feelings got hurt by the negativity in the community, but obviously this was just an excuse to take the money. Tons of people in the community talk about this rug pull, so it's a pretty well-known scam, and somehow Carter still has a career. And this wasn't the first time that Lana... Right now, Carter has other NFT projects like Billionaire Butterfly Club, which I'm assuming is
I was kind of right. He is doing crypto scams.
Rug pull type of deal. But
this is the fraternity apes party. Guys, everybody in this is in the highest level frat of the real life.
Fraternity Apes Party,
what
or
the fuck?
For short, is an NFT project where the incentive isn't an investment, but it's that you could go to a cool party with tons of influencers and celebrities.
That's worth it.
NFT can get in. I doubt any of the people there owned one of these awful looking NFTs. They somehow even got the Nelk Boys to show up, but they probably paid them too.
Yeah,
and then they actually
somehow they got Steve Will Do It there. The guy notorious for literally accepting anything that has a dollar bill attached to it. It's a mystery to me how the fuck Nelk ended up there. This kid, I'll crack the code. I think I was right initially. This kid came from money, and he used that money to buy himself an advantage, to put himself in the position so he could scam people easily by presenting himself as a popular influencer. So he did the crypto scams with Lana Rhoades. He's doing the guru scams right now with the gateway giveaways, and he's done, 2 other crypto-based scams with NFTs and shit. He's just one of those douchebags. Perpetually living in his father's shadow.
Fake lifestyle. The rappers and the other people partnering with him, or more likely their management, should probably look a little bit more into who they're partnering with.
Why would they do that?
At the money they're going to receive, because then they end up associating with a bunch of scammers, which doesn't really make them look good.
Yeah, but their audience doesn't care. This was a great video. Good shit, Matty Balls. Yeah, I didn't know anything about this guy. This is an interesting story. Hold on, I want to look something up right now. This video is not very old, right? It's like 2 months old. Has he addressed this? His whole Instagram is fucking rough. But yeah, it's just shit like this. It's just him holding money. I don't even think people buy his course, I'll just say it. I think people are not dumb enough to fall for someone like this. You'd be surprised. I guess, but his prices are outrageous. $8,000 all the way up to $20,000. Like, nobody can afford those packages. Like, the only people in his audience that might not be aware it's a scam are actual teenagers that are just blinded by, like, TikTok clout and an overwhelming, insatiable desire for attention. They can't afford $8,000 packages, and certainly not the $20,000 package. So, like, who the fuck is his audience? Or, rather, his clients? No one can afford that shit. You underestimate the stupidity of the average adult. I really don't. I feel like of most people in the world, I am usually pretty on the mark with how dumb people can be. This is just out of the price range of stupid people. And certainly out of the price range of stupid kids. You were surprised by the age of CryptoZoo victims. I was very surprised by that. You are correct. That one did catch me off guard. I wouldn't have expected adults to be in the Logan Paul audience, let alone falling for a Logan Paul NFT project. But that was a low barrier of entry for them. This is an extremely high barrier. Especially for very little return. Meet the 18-year-old who's the CEO of a successful social media agency. And then right underneath that, this is paid for by the advertiser. Ah, so it's trustworthy then, huh? Surely this will be an unbiased look at his story. Let's see. More than the stunning content, he wanted to explore the algorithm that leads the influencers to a staggering number of followers. After 6 years of grinding with Instagram, Jameson was finally successful in decoding the algorithm to earn over 1 million followers. He decoded it? He was in the mainframe? And then he found the secret, which is his daddy's credit card to buy bots. Little botted followers. Fucking genius. Holy shit, this guy's good. He's a savant. He's like the Mozart of Instagram. Because he never did anything? Well, no, I just wanted to know about, like, his parents. Like, usually in these kind of cases, they always try to be that person that pulls themselves up by their own bootstraps. Like, I came from nothing. My dad was a normal blue-collar worker, just a true red-blooded American patriot working 2 jobs to put food on the table for me and my 6 brothers. And my mom also had to work night shifts down at the local cemetery. Like, I don't know. Usually just like some kind of sob story. So that people like relate to it somehow and like put him on a pedestal of, wow, he did it himself. But he didn't even bother with that step. Do all scammers usually come from a rich family? I wouldn't say all of them. That'd be a disservice to say all of them. But I would argue a good 85 to 90% of all scammers do come from a very privileged background. At least in the digital age. Alright, now we need to come in off the sidelines here, off the bench, in order to participate in a game of goofiness. The Logan Paul vs. Dylan Dennis situation has finally reached the bare minimum silliness threshold that summons me. So these two performed the ritual and made the proper silly sacrifice, and here I am. For those that don't know, Logan Paul is fighting Dylan Dennis pretty soon, and in order to hype up their fight, they've been beefing with each other online. And usually this is very lame. In the influencer boxing space, this is all just very see-through marketing, formulaic garbage where two people who don't actually dislike each other pretend that they do in order for the bigger paycheck. So they start farming controversy and make really lazy attempts at it. Be like, hey, stupid face, can't wait to punch you and spit on you in the ring on this date, 'cause I hate you. You're tacky and I hate you. Like, that's usually the level of this controversy, the drama beforehand to try and make it like a grudge match or bad blood. It's very uninteresting. Makes me go yawn. That's a snooze fest. This time around with Logan Paul and Dylan Dennis, though, it's been a bit different. This is a circus show fight between two clowns that the internet has laughed at and disliked for years. They're both scammers, by the way. I want to make this clear up front and center since most people seem to have forgotten that Dylan Dennis is also a notorious scammer. So there's a whole video from CoffeeZilla on this about how he's more than willing to just exploit all of his fans for money off of knowingly promoting fraudulent products. And of course, Logan Paul is notorious for scamming his fans as well through CryptoZoo, of which he still has refused to refund their money, even though he said he would do that many, many months ago. This is a core component of what I want to talk about today, because Dylan Dennis has been able to wipe some of that clown makeup off in the court of public opinion. He's got a lot of new fans as a result of all of this, because he employed an innovative new strategy for shit-talking. He's been posting pictures of Logan Paul's fiancée with other men, and then he'll have captions with it like, it's a picture of a Renaissance painting, and he's like, hey Logan, is that your wife over there with another guy? She's a time-traveling succubus. Your wife went back to the 14th century just to fuck this other man to get away from you. Like, and people are eating it up. People are going crazy for it. He's gained like 400,000 followers over the last couple weeks, hundreds of millions of impressions. And like a phoenix rising from the ashes of his dead joke of a career, he was reborn. Dillon Danis found salvation. In the wise words of Qui-Gon Jinn, there's always a bigger shit. And Danis found it with Logan Paul. He found a bigger piece of shit than himself. He couldn't have made a better wish if he had fairy godparents. This was an unbelievable blessing that fell in his lap because everybody hates Logan Paul. So the community wanted to rally behind Dillon Danis, who was hopping in the kitchen and fucking cooking him. He was serving up beef, and the entire internet was consuming that meat more aggressively than Luffy in One Piece. And they were loving it. So now his whole public image has been saved thanks to Logan Paul being just the easiest punching bag ever. And not many people knew who Dillon Danis was before this, unless you were already deep in the fighting community, and in that case, you were probably already in on the joke, because apparently he wasn't well liked in the space. I guess he had a reputation of ducking fights, and then even if he'd take them, he'd lose. So, like, most people just didn't even know anything about him. They just saw him posting all these pictures with his fiance with other men and dunking on him, and Logan Paul just rolling over, belly up, just taking all of it. He hasn't even tried shit-talking back at all. He's just been reduced to this personal urinal cake for Dillon Danis to piss on. Like, it's not even a competition. Like, he's not even engaging in any of the trolling. So Dillon Danis has just won over the entire community's support against Logan. Which brings us to today, where they had their big press conference where always these things are drummed up and fake in order to, again, get more hype and sell more tickets. But Dillon Danis is very good at getting under people's skin, so it really feels like he's crawled under Logan Paul and he's using him like a fucking fleshlight from the inside out. So he showed up to this event wearing this. Obviously a reference to Logan Paul's infamous Suicide Forest video. Still to date, one of the most deplorable videos a big content creator has ever proudly posted online, where he filmed and mocked a dead body in a Japanese suicide forest. And the press conference really goes how you expect. Logan Paul eventually throws a piece of cake at Dillon Danis, and he's like, "Oh, Buster, now you crossed the line. Why, I'll come over there and beat the devil out of you." You know, it's nothing we haven't seen a million times before, all completely fucking manufactured. So that's not exactly what I want to mention next. It's just the same standard formula you've seen at these press conferences. Tables get flipped, everyone's heated, but everyone's getting held back. You gotta wait for the fight, buy your tickets very quickly so you can see all this pent-up aggression unleashed in the ring quickly. This is authentic. You know, that kind of shit. But there was something that was said that I had to laugh very hard at. I can't play the clip because I don't want to risk DMCA, so I'll just paint a picture with words here and describe it. Logan Paul brings up a bet that he proposed where he'd wager $1 million that he will suck the fart out of Dillon Danis' ass. It's not even going to be a real fight. Logan Paul will beat him, but not only beat him, he will annihilate him, de-atomize him. He will clobber Dillon, and he's so confident he'll put $1 million on it right now. And a lot of people pointed out that this is a really weird bet for him to make, considering Logan Paul still has a debt that hasn't been paid to his community that he scammed with CryptoZoo. He made a promise to his community that he'd pay back about $1.5 million and some change to all of the victims of his scam, and he still hasn't. Yet here he is, proudly puffing his chest up and saying that he'll wager $1 million on this fight. Bozo, why don't you take care of the victims of your scam that put their trust in you with their money, put their faith in you, and lost so much? Why don't you finally fulfill your promise and just pay them back instead of wager the $1 million on this? And during the press conference, Dillon Danis goes there. Miss Frizzle opened up the doors to the school bus and invited Dillon Danis on, and they took a trip right to confronting Logan Paul to his face about it. He said, "Why don't you pay back the victims of CryptoZoo instead?" And I shit you not, Logan Paul's response is, "I'm working on it." No, you're not. You have so many millions upon millions of dollars. You could have paid this back 50 times over by now, but you haven't. You just keep dangling this carrot in front of their starving, salivating faces where they're still praying that they can finally get their money back because you promised you would give it back. You would pay them back. And you just keep that there, just out of reach, knowing full well that you'll probably never actually pay it back. You keep praying for a time where people will just forget and move on, but it's not coming. And what made me laugh is that it's Dillon Danis that said it because he's obviously a scammer too. So it was a scammer calling out another scammer's scam. Dylan Dennis has exploited his community so many times, knowingly scamming them because he's making money off of it. And yet here he is trying to hop on his high horse like, how dare you? I can't. You scammed your community. You remember that, Logan? I would never. I could never even imagine. It'd be like if Chris Brown made a statement on not beating women. Like, Dylan is absolutely right. Why not just finally refund your victims of CryptoZoo like you've promised many months ago? But it's coming from Dylan Dennis, who is also a scammer that has not refunded any of the victims and just outright tells them to eat shit for it. What reality are we living in right now? It's a fucking beautiful disaster. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about this real quick because I watched the press conference and that part I just couldn't help but laugh pretty hard at. So yeah, that's really about it. So yeah. There is no worse or more degenerate place on the entire internet than TikTok Live. TikTok live streams are actual hell on earth. You'd sooner find me in the adult baby diaper lovers community forums before you'd find me in a goddamn TikTok live stream chat. I would sooner go to the front lines of a war zone than venture on over to TikTok live streams. It's just so bad and pathetic. The majority of the TikTok live streams I've ever seen are just blatant scams or people non-stop begging for donations with a made-up sob story. And that's what we're going to focus on today. I'm sure you've already seen some of the more popular scammers on TikTok live streams, such as the one Mudahar recently made a video about. This is a trend where you have these adults near children who appeared to be ill, and it's a pre-recorded video, it's not actually live. Sorry to spoil the Christmas magic there. And what they're doing is they're just begging for money, like, you know, rocking back and forth, saying like, guys, this child's gonna stay sick unless you give us money right now. Your money can bring this child back to life. We have the antidote, we just don't have the money. The panacea will save them, and we just need your money to save this child's life because they're so sick. If you don't send the money, they're gonna stay sick forever. Please don't let this happen. And it's obviously aimed at exploiting people's willingness to help those in need. This one's actually a pretty deep scam because it's not just individuals doing it by themselves. It's actually like an entire business that is having people do this for them. Like, it's like almost an entire empire they're building off of this scam. At least that's what it appears to be. And there's one other thing I'd like to mention, and this one's not very important. It's just a little pet peeve of mine that really grinds my asshole. In TikTok, the way you tip isn't directly with money. They had to be quirky about it and unique. So instead of tipping real money, you're tipping goofy, dumb shit like roses or sunglasses, top hats. Oh, thanks for the 5 roses. Whoa, 14 glurpies? Holy shit, you're too generous. Oh my god, a milkshake? No, you guys are being too nice today. I understand it's Christmas, but you can't be spending this kind of money giving me a dragon? I hate it. I hate it so much. Don't be such a fucking weirdo. Just make it like one-to-one, like, oh, here's $5 or whatever. I hate that they have to like convert it into stupid little Microsoft clip art shit as like, here's what you got tipped, it's a rose. It's dumb, I hate that. Not important, but just something I wanted to point out. So this is a very common scam, but it's not the only one. There are just so many scams similar to this, and there's a video that's been posted by a YouTuber named Wasabi who goes over one of the biggest culprits of scamming like this, and probably the most popular one, who frequently does these kind of live streams and still hasn't been banned, and actually has a following of over 500,000 people.
But for live streaming instead.
If you end up on the TikTok live stream section, you've already fucked up. Like, I'm just gonna assume you're there for something nefarious. Like, why the fuck would you ever watch a TikTok live stream? Go anywhere else for live content. Not TikTok. Like, holy shit. It's fucking terrible. That is the worst streams ever. Bar none.
Becomes a lot more appealing to people wanting to give live streaming a shot, or potentially by scammers who see it as a great opportunity to take advantage of other people.
So judging by the thumbnail, this is the scammer he's about to call out, and I can already tell you he's doing the exact same scam that I briefly mentioned. I'm going to take a shot here, just based off of the other scams I know on TikTok live streams. He plays pre-recorded videos begging for money, doing something, telling a sob story, one of the two. And he just loops that shit endlessly to try and farm money out of it.
And we are not getting a galaxy. You see, I just needed to be positive because we aren't getting a galaxy. I was so confident. You are making me rage today. You are making me rage today because we aren't getting a galaxy. Which means I don't have to knock it over, which means I'm not going to rage, and which means I'm not emo. Because galaxy means I'm emo and I have to knock it down.
Someone translate. Is a galaxy some kind of like in-app currency that's a big one? What does that translate to real currency? How many doubloons? Why am I... How am I getting so many different answers to that question? I'm just gonna look it up myself. How in the fuck... It is a standard rate on the gift, I have to imagine. How the fuck did I get a range of $5 to $1,000 from so many different people? Jesus, why do I ask? Why do I bother asking? Cost $13.50. God damn it. Holy shit, it is $13.50. Okay, so then this is just everyone's doing this scam then. Displaying pre-recorded videos as a stream.
Is this fake? No, your mom fake. It's not fake.
The cherry on top, some people don't even have real streams. They're just pre-recorded. They're fake. So the process for going live is pretty straightforward. On TikTok's website, it says you must be 8 that don't know any better, so they're easy to fool and potentially get money from.
That's also very common. On TikTok Live, I know they take Twitch streams sometimes and just broadcast it there as well on their page to farm off of the TikTok stream, or off the Twitch streamer. So they'll take like a VOD. They'll take like, let's say, XQC playing GTA RP. They'll take his entire stream, download it onto their phone or tablet or whatever, and then they'll just play it as a live stream on TikTok and just let people come in and just farm. That's pretty common on TikTok. I've seen that before. Do I watch TikTok? The only time I go on TikTok is when there's like an interesting drama story. Otherwise, I don't fucking touch it. I am not really too big of a fan. I'm sure there's good content on there somewhere, but I'm not going to be the one digging through to find it. It's more than $13. There's no way it's like 100. What, are you talking about the Galaxy? What do you mean? I looked it up. TikTok Galaxy cost. Why did you donate to tell me that when you can just look it up yourself? Roughly the equivalent to $13 to $15 or $13.50 overall. This is outdated? This is December 11th of 2022. It was a week ago. What the fuck do you mean it's outdated? Yeah, I mean, I guess maybe inflation's a whole new kind of beast over on TikTok. I'm just going to say this is probably correct for now.
The easiest way to tell if a stream is fake is to look at the user's profile. For a majority of them, their profiles are either blank with a fake profile picture, and the bio either has no text, or some of them say, "Don't give me Galaxy," which is their way of saying, "Give me money."
Are you serious right now? I haven't blinked for the last 17 days. You can literally join my live right now. Check for yourself. I don't blink.
This is unwatchable. Holy fuck.
Your live? That is cap, bro. I haven't blinked in the last 7 days. You can literally join my...
Is it a scam or do people have bad taste? No, it's a scam. He just plays pre-recorded videos. So when you donate to him, and he's like, "Give me a Galaxy or I'm gonna fucking cry and pee-pee. Give me a Galaxy or it's gonna be real wet trousers in here. No Galaxy?" And then the chat, for some reason, does donate a Galaxy. But since it's a pre-recorded video, he doesn't react to it or anything. He just loops that video endlessly forever. He has all the Galaxies he needs. Yeah. He's got too many Galaxies now. He's got his bag. He said enough is enough. I'll leave a couple solar systems for the rest of you plebs. So Wasabi went over the minimum payout threshold, which is really generous. It's $10. As long as you make $10, you can get paid out for that. So getting one Galaxy pretty much immediately covers that. And I imagine he's actually been successful in farming that, considering he has 520,000 followers. And a lot of them just really don't seem to get it. I understand they're kids that still don't have object permanence, where if you put like an orange behind your back, they think it vanishes from existence. So these kids still believe that they're watching real content from the guy, even though it's pre-recorded videos. So I have no doubt that he's been able to get a lot of money out of doing this over and over and over again. He's also been doing this for a long time now. There's videos on YouTube right now that have called him out multiple times over the course of the last like 6 months at least, from like a Cheeto as well as a couple other commentary channels. So he's just been at this grind, the Sigma male grind, all year, just absolutely scamming children, taking candy from babies.
Followers and likes on his actual profile, but if you were to actually catch one of his lives, then you would see that as a pre-recorded video. Another way to tell that's pre-recorded is look at another YouTuber who has already covered this exact same guy before. A video that they showed for him over 6 months ago is a video that I just showed that I recorded myself when he was live a few days ago. So yeah, the entire thing is fake. And then of course, just like all these profiles that want to try and get money out of you or scam you, they have a link, you click on it, and then they provide 3 different drop downs saying earn this, make this, when all of it is not real. But
the Eater of Worlds was unsatisfied with just galaxies. His gluttony knows no bounds. So even apart from just the live stream scams, he now also includes more scams in his bio. He's double, even triple dipping into the art of scamming. So you click on his bio link and it brings you to the age-old scam, a classic, an iconic one even, where it's gift card giveaways, win an iPhone, win 50,000 skateboards, win a date with Jenna Ortega, like just all of these stupid things where like, oh, click here, get $750 and an iPhone and shit like that. All of it fake. All of it a scam. So this guy's entire identity online is based around just absolutely slapping kids and their parents' wallets around. But of course, he's not the only one doing it. It is extremely common on the platform right now. So again, I don't know why you'd ever go to a TikTok live stream unless you're really just trying to lose money for the sake of losing it. But at that point, just flush it down the toilet. Why bother giving it to a piece of shit like this guy? So yeah, I just wanted to talk about some of the scams going around on there, and that's about it. So yeah. I've never been someone that believes in demons or possession or anything paranormal for that matter until today. I took a look at Drake's upcoming album, Certified Lover Boy, as well as his merch that he just dropped, and I am convinced Drake is possessed by the spirit of a 9-year-old girl. It's called Certified Lover Boy, which is already a pretty fucking cool title. And I can assure you, you're not ready for how embarrassing the stuff he's released is. So get your butt plug in, because this is a certified lover boy moment. Did you see Damien Hirst did this shitty Drake album art? No way. No fuck. That is the most pretentious thing I've ever heard. Damien Hirst did Drake's album art? Certified Lover Boy album art designed by Damien Hirst. Is this the album? Oh my god, tell me this is the album. This looks like a Damien. This actually looks like a Damien Hirst piece. Take the most low effort thing imaginable, copy and paste it in different colors. All he does is polka dots or pill capsules. This is actually the album art, isn't it? Oh my god, I'm so excited. Holy fuck, that's actually the album. Drake fans have to be in shambles. You know how much Damien Hirst charges for a piece? He is the wealthiest living artist currently, and by a wide margin. He is worth almost $1 billion for shit like this. He took emojis and just kept changing the color, and Drake paid him millions. God, Damien Hirst. I used to hate Damien Hirst. I still do, but I respect the scam. Damien Hirst only scams rich, stupid assholes like Drake, and that I can't help but applaud. Like, the only people that ever go to Damien Hirst are extremely wealthy, and he uses them like a fucking fleshlight. So I do respect that, actually. Did you guys see Drake's merch? Because I saw that on Twitter right before going live. It's some of the worst merch I've ever seen in my life. I would rather wear, like, Fred merch from 2009 than the new Drake merch. Where can I find it? This is apparently Drake's official merch. This is so dangerous going on Twitter on stream. You never know when the Council of Cock might show their face. But like the front of it's fine. Like the front looks okay, but then you get to the back. Oh my god. This is actually that shit you see on Facebook that truckers will wear. Like, I didn't fight in a war and drive this truck so you could look at my daughter. It's so goofy. It's so fucking goofy. Oh. Oh. Ooh. Why is that Matt's Twitter? He just never logged out, so sometimes I'll tweet from his account to scare him. If you can't handle me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best. Certified Lover Boy. This is that kind of shit that'll get you bullied if you wear it in public. I am excited to hear the album. If it's not just Drake crying over every track, I'm going to be disappointed. After reading this shit right here and him hiring Damien Hirst for the album art, it better just be sobbing, weeping for 5-6 songs at least. Who would wear this? I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea. It is a rough... Like, the front's fine. Like, I actually like this logo here, that Nike swoosh with the flowers and shit coming off. That looks good. But you'd have to walk around like Flats the Flounder from SpongeBob. Don't let anyone see the back of it because, my God, they're going to start shooting spitballs at you. It's so disgustingly awful. I have no doubt he consulted like a 9-year-old girl to make it for him. And the good thing is this hasn't dropped yet, so there's still time for him to change it, or make it worse even. I still think he should go with like something maybe garbage truck related, like I like garbage trucks, Certified Lover Boy. Something to really bring it home. What a fucking disaster. Damien Hirst album art and then Facebook Marketplace Redbubble shit here. Now, if you don't know who Damien Hirst is, I envy your ignorance. I would implore you to look up a little bit about him. He doesn't even make his own pieces anymore for the most part. He just has people make polka dots and he sells those polka dots for millions of dollars. It is the most blatant money laundering I've ever seen in my life. And Drake just fucking hook, line, and sinkered into his scam. Like, he went into Varrock and RuneScape and he was like, you know what? I know you're not actually trimming armor, but take it anyway. Fuck it. Like, it's crazy how anyone pays Damien Hirst to do anything. He gives you the worst shit ever. Like, for example, the first time I learned about Damien Hirst was actually on stream, where he designed a hotel room, which was like $100,000 a night to stay there because he helped design it, like all the art in it. And all it is he put medical waste in a bar. So he just took medical waste from a dumpster, put it in a bar, and then he put stickers on the windows that were just pills, and then he had a cabinet of pills. That's his art. He does a lot with pills. Like, he'll also just sell pill cabinets. Like, he'll just take cheap pills, like fucking placebo pills from birth control, put them in a cabinet, and it'll sell for millions of dollars because Damien Hirst's stupid fucking name is on it. And Drake hired that guy to make that album art, which is literally just emojis copy and pasted. It is a beautiful disaster just to start it all off. Now, Certified Lover Boy could come out and have absolute bangers on the album. I mean, that's certainly possible. But after seeing this shit, I'm expecting Certified Lover Boy's music to just be Drake on an acoustic guitar whining. Like, this just seems so sad. Like, the entire thing here is just goofy and embarrassing. And then, of course, the merch. The merch is on another level of silliness. I also love the position of Certified Lover Boy. It is an actual tramp stamp built into the shirt. Then with, like, Tumblr blog posts above it. It actually looks like shirts that would have been sold on Tumblr as a joke. And it's Drake's official Nike collab. Drake needs to just fire all of his friends for letting him go through with this. He needs to just get a whole new group of friends, and whoever helped greenlight this at Nike needs to lose their job. This is so embarrassing to look at. My God. It is a disaster on all levels. But I bet it'll sell extremely well because people will buy anything as long as a celebrity's attached to it. And I am excited to see these people wearing this out in public, just to have a little giggle every now and then. I think the shirts really will make the world a better place because if you're having a bad day or something and you go to the grocery store, you're like, fuck, I'm upset. I'm going to get this goddamn onion and bite into it just to feel a little pain and be mad. And then you see a Certified Lover Boy shirt walk by, you're like, it's not all bad. It could be worse. It could be wearing that. You know what I mean? So I'm not exactly mad about their existence or anything. I just find it super entertaining. And I just wanted to talk about this because this is probably the most embarrassing thing I've seen for an upcoming album. Like, it couldn't be going worse for Drake right now from the reception I'm seeing and these designs. And he just publicly admitted to being scammed by putting Damien Hirst's name on it. So yeah, that's about it. See ya. I still haven't been able to fix this webcam. I know the video looks like I'm trying to catfish you off Tinder with a filter on my pictures, but I can't do anything about it until I go get another one, which I haven't been able to do today. So for now, we're just going to have to deal with this here. I want to talk to you about what I consider to be the most embarrassing crime ever committed and also leading to significant jail time. A man in Georgia was recently sentenced to 3 years in prison for using his COVID relief money to buy an expensive Charizard Pokemon card. This is actually a story I've been following for quite some time. I'm not exactly Dick Gumshoe, but I was able to sniff out the truth in this case pretty early on and knew for a fact this would be a disaster he'd regret for the rest of his life just like all of those dumb characters in the Darman universe. This guy made a really stupid decision that he is now paying a big price for. 3 years imprisonment. In October of last year, he actually pled guilty to a count of wire fraud after reportedly filing false information to the U.S. Small Business Association. He claimed that he had an entertainment service that employed multiple people and brought in like 235 grand before the pandemic. He applied for a COVID relief package for some money to keep the business going, and he got $85,000 from it, and then spent over $57,000 on the Pokemon card. Now, there's a bit of a discrepancy on what card he exactly purchased. Some people are saying it was a PSA 9 Charizard. Other sources were claiming that it was a Beckett 9.5 Charizard. It depends on who you ask and what dumpster behind Walmart you're talking to your dealer at. But the one thing that's for certain is he bought a graded Charizard card because at that price it had to be a graded card. If he just bought a raw Charizard, no rubber, it'd be like 3 or 4 grand or something, depending on how beat up that shit is for a first ed Charizard. So he spent the majority of his COVID money on that card, and he didn't have that entertainment business he was claiming to have, unless of course he's still keeping that a secret and the entertainment was like giving over the pants hand jobs at massage parlors or something. I don't really know, but when he got busted, he had to give up the Charizard. So in the end, after all of that work and committing a crime, he still didn't even get to hold the holy grail of collecting for very long. He led them to a treasure he himself couldn't possess. Now, of course I don't agree with what the guy did, but I can kind of understand where he was coming from. As most of you know, I used to suffer from the cardboard rot as well. The addiction to collecting shiny cardboard. My fucking caveman brain just loved it. Still do. But I understand how to control myself. As you all know, I'm a recovering addict. In fact, the Charizard card that he coveted so much to go to jail 3 years for, I have right here in this nice little frame. Framed it myself. It's a first ed Charizard. This shit's probably like a PSA 2. I'm sure the owner of this used to wipe their ass with it because it's in bad shape. But I don't care, because I do it for the love of the sport and also a mental illness. So yeah, I followed this story closely. It's something that's near and dear to my boners here because I also love to collect cards, still do. And when I read this story initially, I was like, fuck, that could have been me. Like that mugshot, it could have just been me staring back at you if things had just gone a little differently along the path I took in life. So, I mean, the story's sad because he's losing 3 years of his life to a really stupid decision. I don't know, like, his whole history, but this is obviously a really stupid scam to have tried. He's trying to scam the government. I mean, he succeeded for a time, and now he's going to jail for it for 3 fucking years. And I don't think smuggling Pokemon cards in your butthole is going to do him any good in there. I know cigarettes are often used as currency in prison, at least what movies and TV shows would have me believe, as well as like a couple of things I read. But maybe this guy could be a real pioneer, an innovator, and bring the joy of collecting Pokemon cards to jail, and he could be like the kingpin in that case. But anyway, I do find the story sad, because it's obviously sad that this man's losing 3 years because he bought a Charizard. But I mean, this is the dumbest scam you could have done. If he had just stuck to crypto scams and NFT scams like the rest of them, he would still be out there today funding his addiction to rare Charizards, and he'd still be shitposting on Twitter about his new Bored Ape that he's trying to peddle, and it would have been fine. But instead, he chose old Uncle Sam to go after, and that was just a recipe for disaster. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about this because I think it's probably the most humiliating crime that has led to significant time in jail. And yeah, not a very happy ending here, but it's a story I followed, and it just concluded, so wanted to go over it. That's about it. See ya.